Hey, figure one, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great, can you put them there?
Of course.
All right, so how do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
I agree. Thanks, figure one.
You're welcome. If there's anything else you need help with, just let me know.
And right there, they're saying up to 43 joints. I think that's a typo. I think they mean 34. I couldn't figure out how to get to 43 joints. And now seeing in their official post that they're saying 34 makes a bit more sense. So we'll get through that.
Okay, welcome everybody. So we got breaking news. A Chinese company making humanoid robots just dropped a brand new bot. We've got Dr. Scott Walter here with us. He's a two-time robotics company founder. We're going to review this video, but there's lots of videos to show you. Let's take a look at this shot right now. This is, we'll take a look here. Here we go. This is Unitree's G1 bot that's priced for $16,000. It looks like it can do all sorts of things, but the key thing here is a $16,000 US dollars. Tell us more about that, Scott.
Yes. So I think today we were expecting the OpenAI announcement to be the big news of the day, but this is like kind of right up there that you already can buy basically for home use, a humanoid bot. Now, it doesn't have, let's say, all the functionality that you would expect. It's still going to be, very early development. It's not clear how you teach this thing, but still for $16,000, they have a bot which is very mobile. And the thing to remember about Unitree is they've already been in the business of selling bots to people, which were the quadruped bots or dogs that have been going around. And we also know of their H1 bot, which is a little bit taller than this one, which is like 5'11", whereas this one is standing in like a little bit over 4 feet. So it looks like it's a normal size bot at first. And then when we see the engineer come in, we'll get an idea of what its actual size is. And we'll see it's tiny, but still it has pretty good speed, which is faster than all the other bots. And you see it's packaged much better than the original H1 bot that they had. And part of that comes from their legacy, the fact that they already have these robotic dogs that they're putting out there and selling. So they know how to manufacture. They knew how to do things. Of course, poor guy's a bit tired there. But the one thing you notice is at the beginning of the video, and I'm trying to remember if we started right at the very beginning of the video, it gets up off the floor. So evidently right now, coming up off the floor is how you're supposed to start your videos, except it did not do it the way Boston Dynamics did. They did not try to shock you and just kind of showed someone that was more like kind of the acrobat that you'd be used to seeing on the circus being able to come up. But they did show off there when he was sitting on the couch that those legs can spin and those arms can spin. So they can go out there and do that. So they have this extended range of motion that they can go around. The other thing is something that we hadn't seen from Unitree yet, and that is they've got a hand design now. So the hand is kind of interesting to look at. At first I thought, oh, is it like a copy of the Boston Dynamics bot, which is also using like 3 fingers? But the thing about the Boston Dynamics bot, the 3 fingers are dual jointed, which means you can sort of turn them around any way that you want, and any one of those fingers can kind of become the thumb. But in this case, it's not. The fingers can really only move in one direction, but the middle finger, they actually turned around and put it down, and it's kind of the thumb. And it was what was being used to open the Coke bottle. Because for a second there, I said, wait a minute, is that a little can opener they have down there? They actually took the finger and brought it down and used it as a Coke bottle or as a can opener to be able to pop that open. So it's got some interesting capabilities. And as we see here, it's without the hand. So I think there's different models that you can get with and without the full hands. And right now it's going to be for people who just want to see what these bots can do and what the capability is. And it looks like they're just starting to train some of these things in the kitchen, being able to do different things, but it's not clear that it's really learned much or what you would be able to do. But hey, $16,000, that's not bad. And I'd actually been thinking over the weekend about the price points of bots, and that we've been looking at all the bot designs out there and saying, the question was always, how much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? And we do this breakdown, this bill of materials. And maybe the question should have been the other way around. It's like, if we want a bot that costs this much, how much functionality do we need to put in? So, the thing comes down to is like, if we want a $16,000 bot, sorry, it's going to have 3 fingers, and it's only going to be 4'2", and it's going to have this much time, runtime or something like that. So it looks like they decided to find a price point where they felt they could start selling these units, and went ahead and said, okay, let's go ahead and build a bot for that price, as opposed to coming up with a bot that does everything everyone wants, and then realizing that, A, we can't build it at a price that everyone wants. So the analogy I sort of make is that there's no way you can make a Lamborghini cost $25,000.
Yeah.
But you can build a $25,000 car, right? So it's just a question of what's the functionality you'd like to have people see. And you can see that there. And trust me, there are a lot of people that are early adopters that say, yeah, I want that. And $16,000, yeah, that's a bargain. I know it can't do a whole lot, but boy, I'm going to have fun playing around with this thing. And so I have a feeling that now that they're opening up, they'll do quite a bit. And once I let you get a word edgewise there, Herbert, we can go and do kind of the technical breakdown of what we're seeing.
We will do that. We're also going to show a number of videos today. We're going to show the previous bots that Unitree had selling for $90,000, a little bigger. They showed that their bot is one of the fastest running bots today. We'll show that. And then they also have a robot that you can buy as, a dog bot that you can buy as well. So just the news here today is Unitree Robotics from China introduced their G1. They've got previous bots called H1 and different generations. This is a humanoid agent and plus an AI avatar. They do have a partnership with NVIDIA. And then when you saw the simulation there, that was coming from NVIDIA. Their price now is $16,000. Unlock unlimited sports potential. I don't know what that means. Extra large joint movement angle. 23. It says here 34 joints, but
Correct.
We think it says 43 because that's what it said on the video. Force control of dexterous hands, manipulation of all things, in imitation and reinforcement learning driven. So just show
driven,
it.
yeah. So
it'll learn that. So this looks very similar. Everybody's trying to copy Tesla, just the way it looks with the lights around the eyes and so forth. And then you've got So allows unlimited movement capabilities for versatile tasks. We probably agree that this is the most versatile, even more than the Boston Dynamics one that they showed. Utilizes hollow joint wiring for efficient internal design. You could tell us more
Yes.
about that. 35 kilograms. This is
It's
very
pretty light.
light, very tiny. Ensures precise object manipulation, force control, dexterous hands, equipped with sensitive sensors for reliable performance under impact. Do you want to talk about this bot first, and then later we'll go ahead and
Sure.
share information about previous bots? Yeah.
Sure. So if we kind of go back to the beginning of the video, they do show a couple statistics. I think they may have made a typo somewhere in there where they talked about the number of joints. And so we're seeing two things that okay. So again, here is the bot coming up off the floor. So everyone wants to see that. And right there, they're saying up to 43 joints. I think that's a typo. I think they mean 34. I couldn't figure out how to get to 43 joints. And now seeing in their official post that they're saying 34 makes a bit more sense. So we'll get through that. So again, they're not show Canny Valley kind of way of getting up from the floor. We know friends and gymnasts that are able to do that maneuver, so that's all right. But we do see that's like, oh, okay, it does have a wide range of motion there on the torso, and it starts to show off a little bit later after they do the balance. Now, they're very proud of the walking of their bots. They put a lot of effort into making sure they have a good control algorithm. The original H1 bot, even though it's 5'11", can do a complete backflip in the air, which is rather amazing. So it's got that much power. Plus, it's able to walk at like 3.3 meters per second, which I forget what it is in miles per hour, but I think it's like around 7 miles per hour. That's a pretty brisk walk. This at 2 meters per second is more than fast enough for walking. And as you can see, it looks pretty compact. It's pretty light. The H1 bot was already 47 kilograms. They got this one down to 35. We know X1 wants to get down around 30 because they feel that's like the safe weight to have in the household. So that's a light bot. And of course, the way they made it light is they made it shorter, a lot shorter. And it does have some capability, some dexterous capability, which might be sufficient enough for a lot of people with whatever the operations are that they would like to see it do. Now, in this case, when they put the hands on there, they were not able to take advantage of what they call the hollow joints to be able to do the wire routing. So basically, the idea is that you build all your servos and stuff like that to have the capacity to run the wires downstream to be able to get to the next servos you need without having it outside. So it's just kind of a nice, neat packaging system they put together. And again, you can see what that thumb can do. I guess they're showing you can hit it pretty hard with a hammer, but